Alright guys, this is a very exciting and new kind of video that I have not done yet before, where I'm going to show you guys a screen recording of me setting up my best friend Bree on Fiverr with her very own virtual assistant gig. My best friend quit her job last week to come work with me full time, which is a very exciting thing for me. I've been waiting for this for 2 years now, and she has administrative experience, executive, admin, sorting experience. She is a tax accountant and has her CPA. So I told her we should open up a virtual assistant gig just for her on Fiverr that mentions the different tax auditing services and special things that she can do as somebody with a financial background. So in this screen recording, I'm going to show you guys the process by which I actually open up this very first gig for her. I hope that it will provide you guys with a lot of insight as to how you can set up your own money-making gig. Note, at the time of me recording this video, she actually has already received inquiries for this gig, which was posted last week. So I just want to let you guys know this is a converting gig that is actually bringing traffic in already as we speak. Okay guys, so as you can see in the start of this video right now, I am uploading a new profile picture for Brianna onto her Fiverr. As I have said many times before, you do not want to have an anonymous photo. That is not going to do you any favors on a site like Fiverr, because you really need to build trust between yourself and your clients. They need to see you. They need to know you're a real, breathing, living human being who is not in a foreign country trying to scam them, trying to pull a fast one over on them. The whole name of the game when it comes to making money online is establishing trust between you and your client. I just updated her tagline to be more relevant to what she is going to offer on Fiverr. I'm scrolling down here showing that she has not taken any Fiverr Learn courses or any tests on Fiverr. I recommend that you guys do both. You just want to give yourself that advantage in the algorithm if possible. We are now in the description section. That description that you just saw was the old one that Brianna had used a few years ago when she attempted to get on Fiverr while working a corporate job. Her corporate job told her that she had to sign a non-compete, which means she could not be making money in any other place. Me, being the annoying best friend that I am, told her she should get on Fiverr anyway under a fake name, which is why you saw the name Brooklyn. Her real name is Brianna Zell. And now that she's quit her job, she can be herself. So that's why I helped her write this description that you're seeing right here. This is me writing it in real time. Hi, my name is Brianna. I'm a full-time virtual assistant and CPA with over 6 years of corporate experience working at a Big 4 accounting firm. Notice this first sentence. I started with hi, exclamation point, because it's welcoming, it's comfortable, it makes people feel like they know you. I then go on to say her name right away to establish that trust and that familiarity between her and the client. And then I dive right into her credentials and what makes her qualified to do this work for the client. Brianna's unique because she has corporate experience and a CPA, but if you don't have either of those things, that is okay. If you do have those things, you want to be honest and transparent about it right away to show people that you are very much qualified to do this job for them. Already set up her skills, her education, her certifications, and everything like that. If she had not, that is what I would have gone ahead and done for her. Here were 3 of her gigs that she had attempted to make years ago. They are paused, as you can see, so they are no longer active because she was not able to manage a Fiverr business and also work at a corporate job. If you scroll down, 2 years ago, she has 1 review from me and 1 review from her mother actually above me, and that's why I always encourage you guys to have friends and family leave you your first reviews, because it establishes that social proof that will convince other people to buy from you. Social proof is priceless on a site like Fiverr. No, you can't rely on your friends and family to buy from you forever, but there's no reason why they can't give you those first initial reviews. So now I'm doing something that I do and I tell every person to do when starting on Fiverr is I'm checking out the competition. I typed in virtual assistant because that is what Brianna wants to be, but now I am making sure I filter it specifically for a level 1 virtual assistant. This is where Brianna will be starting out. You cannot charge the same rates as a top level seller. If you're only a new level seller, you have to work your way up. On a site like Fiverr, you have to earn your keep, which means you're gonna have to charge probably a lower rate than you are comfortable with in the beginning. Right now I am opening up the different examples of people that I am going to look over while establishing this gig For her, as I always say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If you don't know how to word something, if you don't know how to price something, I mean, it should be illegal almost. You see exactly what your competition is doing on Fiverr. You can see the price, you can see how it's worded, you can see everything. So right now I'm studying this particular gig from this virtual assistant, and now I'm studying this one as well. I'm looking at her portfolio. This girl used a nice picture of herself in the beginning to establish trust with the clients. She's provided lots of examples of her work. And now I'm going down here and I'm seeing, what do these people offer as virtual assistants? Because I'm not necessarily familiar with it. So I'm looking through right now and I'm seeing, okay, these are all the classic things that a virtual assistant is offering on Fiverr. And I looked at Brianna and I said, are these things that you can offer? And most of them are admin related tasks. You don't need prior experience or a certification to be able to offer any of them. So she said, yeah, I mean, I could definitely offer most of these services. So, you know, great. I keep them open. I'm gonna go check out some level 2 sellers as well in her case, because Brianna has that special CPA experience. It may allow her to charge more in the beginning than would somebody who has no experience, for example. So I'm looking at a level 2 person who has 329 5-star reviews. This person is clearly doing well, clearly knows what they are doing. And there is that nice long list again of services that we are going to make sure Brianna offers in her gig. Here I am repeating the process further. Nothing about this is supposed to be quick. I do not recommend rushing any of this. This should be a multi-hour process for you. I think the problem is a lot of people will rush this when they get on Fiverr, thinking that it doesn't matter. This matters a lot. How you set up your gig is the window to your storefront. You should spend a lot of time making sure it's quality, because if you don't set up a quality gig, nobody is going to book your service. So now it's time for me to write the title for her. I'm checking how all these people are wording it, and all of them are saying, I will be your virtual assistant. There is no need to be clever or cute in this title. You are competing with thousands of other people with the exact same title. So the title is not going to be what helps you stick out from the competition. Trust me, you're gonna worry about doing that in other areas of your gig. Here I am just selecting the different pieces of information that are related to this gig. I put that she is going to work in English for the client. This is where, if you're bilingual, that is definitely an advantage for you, because as you see, she could have selected 2 different languages. So if you can be a virtual assistant for someone in 2 different languages, you are gonna get hired often. So all the bilingual people out there, I'd check this out. I would not sleep on this. Right now I'm looking at their descriptions to find more keywords to put into the tag section of this gig. The tagging section is very important. You want to make sure that you are using relevant keywords that people are searching to find you. That tag section is much more important for SEO than the actual title of the gig. All right, it's pricing time. You always want to select the 3 packages, and you don't need to be clever when you name it. You can see, you can just literally name it: basic, standard, premium. Now, here is where I'm checking out the competition to see exactly how they are wording their services. You never want to copy verbatim. I'm not going to copy and paste what people are writing, but there's no harm in using their metrics in my gig. That's not stealing, that's not cheating, that's just making sure that your product, or in this case a service, is competitive. For Brianna specifically, I'm adding in bookkeeping. Since she is an accountant, she can offer both admin tasks as well as financial management tasks for her clients, which is, in my opinion, a very valuable service. I would book that as a business owner. Yeah, it's really best to start with a 2-day delivery if possible. That will catch more people's attention, because you have to remember, people are on Fiverr to save time. So if you can get something done for them in 2 days, they are going to book you over the person who it takes 5 days to do it. Just something to keep in mind. These were different add-ons that she's gonna offer. I was sitting there with her asking her, are you able to do this? Are you able to do that? Now we are quantifying the amount of time that is going to go into each gig as well as the revisions. You want to be very clear about the amount of revisions that you offer per gig, because a lot of the time if there's a miscommunication with this, that's how you can end up with a bad review from the client if they think you like pulled a fast one on them by not being transparent about these revisions. So I'm coming up with a price right now, and how I always price my gigs is I'll offer a basic price, an intermediate price, and then the premium price I will make sure is some type of bulk discount. So in this case, if the intermediate was 70 and the premium was like, oh, that would be 140, I make sure that it's a little less, like 125, so that it almost ends up a deal to the client. It makes them more inclined to book the premium option with me. And it saves you time as the freelancer to only work with one client every day. So you want these people to book these premium offers for you. That way you don't have to like go through 80 different businesses per day and get to know all of these different people. You only need to get to know one, and you're already then gonna make $130 that day, which is a pretty fine living. You know, that comes to more than what, $3,300 per month. That's a standard of living that anybody can live on anywhere in the world, which just goes to show you that even out of the starting gates, this can be a pretty sustainable and lucrative endeavor for you. I'm adding on additional hours worked, extra fast delivery. You guys always want to max out the add-ons within these gigs. That is where you are going to make the most amount of your money. I make the most amount of my money by getting people to come in for the $100 base price, and then by the time they select all my add-ons, next thing you know, the project is $700, and it might take me 2 days, and that's a very good payout amount. So I'm telling her right here to add on even more add-ons, so let's check them out. Right now I was talking to Brianna about the different things that she could offer as an add-on, like a tax audit or something related to bookkeeping, since she has unique tax experience. I don't know tax verbiage, so I needed to check in with her how to word it. So she said she can offer tax planning, super invaluable in my opinion. You know, I will provide individual income tax planning for 1 hour, incredible. I'm not surprised that that she's already receiving inquiries for this, because it's definitely, you know, killing two birds with one stone in this case. Right now I'm asking her how long it's going to take her to do the tax planning so that it's fair. I think we decided on $100 for 1 hour of tax planning. At a Big 4 accounting firm, you could probably bill $400 for that. So that's definitely where we're gonna start out for her. And then I was saying to her, let's max it out even further. Is there still one more add-on that you could offer these people so that they have the ability to book a $300 service with you? Again, you want people to book all of these add-ons so that they are your singular client for the day. It's gonna save you a ton of time, and it's gonna save them a ton of time to use you for everything too. These people are always going to be looking for these one-stop shops. If you are able to be that one-stop shop for them, they are going to stay with you forever. And that's probably why over 60% of my Fiverr business now is based on returning clients. So she said to me, review tax notices. I will review all tax authority notices submitted to a business. So invaluable. Right now I'm telling her to quantify it, the amount of time it's gonna take her. So if we came to a price of $50, she might say that this will take her 1 hour. We're analyzing the word all, seeing if it gives too much leeway to people. We're saying maybe we shouldn't make it so lenient for them in this case. So we've decided on 5 specifically for $75 and an extra 2 days. So that was based on the amount of time Brianna told me it will take her. Okay, now this is, you know, I mean, all of this is so important, but now we're gonna look at how to describe this gig. And you might be thinking to yourself, how on earth would you know how to describe this gig if you're not a virtual assistant? And that's where this research is going to come in. That's where I'm going to look at what these other people are offering and use the exact same thing for Brianna's gig. First, I'm starting off with a little introductory paragraph that gives credence to Brianna's unique background and experience. So this list I'm making right now is from the list that other people had already created. You are not copying another person if you're offering the same services. Like you're not gonna copy someone if you go open a donut shop because Dunkin' Donuts is already selling donuts down the street. That doesn't mean you're copying Dunkin' Donuts. That means you're taking that same business proposition and tailoring it to your own storefront. I'm never ever recommending that you guys plagiarize. That's never an okay thing to do. But when it comes to something like tangible services that you are providing, you can absolutely use other people's listings and offer those exact same services. The majority of my writing business now, all of those gigs that I offer, I only offer them because I saw my competitors offering the exact same thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish out her description again by just re-emphasizing how qualified she is for this so that they can feel confident in working with her, because she's gonna be offering something a little more complex like tax planning. So these people wanna know that they are in good hands, and I don't blame them. Of course, you always want to say, I'm here to help you with your daily tasks. Let's get to work. You want to be excited for these people. They want to think that you actually enjoy what you are doing on there. And as always, don't be afraid to encourage people to message you first if you have a very specific gig, or if you feel like people need to contact you first, don't be shy in asking them to do so. Next is the FAQ section. A lot of people think you need to get all detailed here. No, you actually want to use the FAQ to reaffirm your identity. Again, people want to think that they can trust you, that you're not lying about where you say you are from, so you really want to reaffirm to them here where you are from, that you are who you say you are, that you are not impersonating somebody else. So these questions I'm setting up for her do exactly that. Okay, now we're getting into the questionnaire. You want your questionnaire to be as extensive as possible, and you want to make the answers to the questions mandatory. The more extensive your questionnaire is, the fewer the miscommunications you are going to have between you and your clients. This questionnaire will let them know ahead of time the exact kind of information that you need from them to fulfill this job for them. When you're just starting out, you are going to miss questions that you need in your questionnaire because you can't know some of them until you actually get tangible experience. So do not put too much pressure on yourself, okay? But please take time when setting up this questionnaire. It is very, very important. You can see, how thorough I'm being here in this recording, how many different questions that I'm setting up for her. These are my guesses, the types of questions that she should have set up. I'm not leaving any stone unturned because I know these questions can, in a way, be your last line of defense between you and a client who is going to be unfair to you. After the gig description and the questionnaire, the third most important thing up there in the top 3 is the actual image. That is the gig cover image. This is the thing that is going to jump out at people, much like a YouTube thumbnail. This image needs to wow people. It needs to be something that catches their attention. It needs to have eye contact. You need to be smiling. There needs to be a human-to-human connection. So one of the best places to go make this gig image is Canva. Here I was looking for the Canva app on a MacBook, which did not exist, so I had to go do it on my phone. So in this next recording here, I went ahead and made the gig image in Canva on my phone, so you can see it right there. I will be your virtual assistant. It was a very easy template. I found it for free on Canva. It costs nothing. This took me 5 minutes. And the images on the right side of that graphic are examples of her prior work, so I'm already throwing some portfolio experience into the gig image along with her smiling. Now I'm clicking on the preview the gig. Make sure there are no typos, guys. There are no excuses for typos in a Fiverr gig. Why on earth should somebody book your services if there are typos? If you're really bad with editing and writing, please book an editor on Fiverr to proof your actual gig. And there it is. There's the publish gig button. Your gig is now live. If you're publishing a pro gig, they have to approve that over a 3-day period, but if it's a regular gig, it will automatically go live into the Fiverr marketplace. So there you have it, guys. Just set up a gig for my best friend on Fiverr. I hope you've found this video super helpful. If you like videos like this, please let me know in the comment section of this video. I will be happy to record more for you guys. As always, check out all of my educational resources below. Don't be afraid to say hi. Really don't be afraid to shoot me an email if you have any ideas, if you want to collab, if you want to partner. Email is right here. So with that, guys, we're going to wrap this one up, and I will see you next week. Bye!